Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I have that 2015 Ford Transit 350, the one that I fixed the fuel pump on, I put the air filter in, and I want to put a coil in it. Customer brought it back, said the check engine light came back on, said it's been running great, but the check engine light came back on. So now I got to figure out what's going on with that. Why is the check engine light back on? So I got my scanner hooked up, and let me go through and see what's going on here. I got the AC on because it's brutally hot, so you might hear the fan blowing. Go to system selection, PCM. Said I apologize if you hear the fan. It's just, as you guys are fully aware, it's brutally hot out. Read fault code. Retrieve memory codes. Dun dun dun. What do we have? Drum roll, please. Oh, evap leaks. Evap purge vapor line limited blocked. Purge vapor line limited blocked. Okay, so we have an evap system purge vapor line issue. Okay. Could have been something I touched, could have been something I did. I don't know yet. So I got to look up and see exactly what it's looking for in terms of that code. Like, how does it determine that the line is blocked? Is it because it's not seeing any kind of a movement? I don't know. I haven't the slightest idea. So let me get this thing in the shop and let's look and see if we can't figure out what's going on. Okay, so looking through the diagnostic test, it says that the purge solenoid, that's the one that's at the top of the intake here that I've taken off, that the line could be restricted, clogged, or that the solenoid itself, where it's actually not working, it thinks it's working, it's doing something internally, but it's actually not opening. That's a possibility too. So let me get the air intake off here, and then this way I can get to the purge valve. This here, because the purge valve sits down in there. So let me get all of this off real quick. So what we're going to do is we're just going to unbolt the purge solenoid real quick. Probably put my mic on, but just want to unbolt it. Move it up and out of the way. Now I'm going to disconnect this line, the vapor line, from it. I can do so easily. These things are a bit of a pain. Now what I want to do, hopefully you can see me, what I want to do is, okay, it's blocked right now, and what I want to do is I'm going to actuate it to see if I can blow through it once I actuate it. Let me go grab the scanner, hang on a second. Okay, so here we are, we're into data stream on this, and actually actuator test I should say. What I'm looking for is the evap emissions canister purge valve duty cycle. So we're going to hit that, and that's going to control the cycle. What is a cycle? It's the percentage of time that the system is on as opposed to off. So you'll hear it cycle. So if I start this, you should hear that solenoid itself, that one down there, right there, you should hear it clicking. And what I'm going to try to do is blow through it. So sorry, this tripod's a little wobbly. So let me start this. I'm going to hit. Okay, oh, you hear it? Okay. 20, 30, 40, 50. We're going to go to 50%. So it should be cycling 50%. So I should be able to blow through this. And I can. So now what I should do is hook up this line to it, and I should be able to, and I can blow through this. So that tells me this solenoid is working, and it's telling me that I can blow through the system, which is weird. So why is it telling me that I have a restriction? Is it possible, and I have seen it before, is it possible that this is mechanically failing even though the circuitry is good? It's very possible. I have seen that before. But as of right now, everything's passing. Let me back this up a little bit. You can hear it. Back it down to 10%. It's most exaggerated. And you can hear that popping through. So, all right, good question is there actually something possibly wrong in the intake manifold restricting it? That's always a possibility. I have seen that before. Not common, but I have seen it. So what I am going to do is, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this thing hanging off of there. Let me shut this down. Back out of it. That'll end it. I'm going to start this up with no purge valve in place. As you heard, it's a massive vacuum leak. Alright, so now let's go back to, I'm going to go to the canister purge. Oh, I'm actuating at 10% and nothing's happening. Oh, there it goes. It was weird. At 10%, it did nothing. Yeah. I got a funny feeling this purge valve is no good. Because at 10%, it should cycle, but you hear it, it's not doing anything now. I have no vacuum. I should have vacuum at that port. So now, let me up this to 20%. Oops. It's not. Hold on. Sorry for the dance there. Let's up this to 20. And there it's. If I back this back down to 10, I got nothing. But if I pull it out, you can hear you hear it clicking. But if I put it in place, it does not click. It doesn't have the ability to override the vacuum. So I wonder if this solenoid is not strong enough. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get another solenoid on its way. I got a funny feeling that might be the problem. Strange though. Okay, let me get one coming. So after verifying all that, what I did was I pulled up on the screen the fuel tank pressure. I just wanted to see what that reads. You see there. Now what I did was I ran two wires, one going to the positive there, that's the jump start post. The other one is ground, so I'm going to basically ground this to the motor somewhere. Okay. Here's the solenoid working. So I want to make sure that this thing is actually getting something into the tank and actually changing the reading, which it is. It's changing the reading, so I'm good with that. It's not sealed because I would have to seal the vent solenoid down there, and I'm not that concerned about it just yet. I think the problem is this purge solenoid. I'm going to get another one, and at least this way I can test it out and try it and see what happens. Now back to the duty cycle. Do you hear it at 20%? hear how it's hanging every once in a while? So I want to try a new solenoid because I'm going to think that might be the issue. I think I already mentioned that, but whatever. One last thing I want to look at real quick. Just stalled out. Well, that was weird. I don't know why it would have stalled out. Well, also it doesn't have mass air, so it is possible. But what I wanted to look at is this. Readiness monitors. Readiness completed, 8. Readiness not completed, 0. So that tells me it passed the readiness monitor for evap. So the work that I had done with the fuel tank, I'm not worried about it being a leak or anything like that. So there's a tell, if it passed all its monitors, that's a good thing. So I don't think it's anything that I did. I mean, it could have been, but I don't think it is. I think it has to be all related to that. I think it's hanging up over time. Me disturbing it, because I did have to take it out, I don't know. Who the heck knows? But we got another one on its way, so as soon as we get the new one here, I'll stick that in there and let's see what happens. So I got the new solenoid. I just got it laid in place. I started to put everything together without making a video or showing you the rest of this. So let me just show you real quick. So here I just laid it in place. I got that all on. I got this all on. So now, let's come over here. Let's go to purge command. Oh, this is brand new from Ford, too. This is that's the motorcraft part number. Alright, so let's go 10%. Plugged in. I hear a slight change in idle. Okay, I can hear it now. Interesting. We'll do something here real quick. Ready? Hear the change? At 10%. And yet, barely. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty confident the other one was hanging up. Hear how quiet that one is? You can barely hear any noise. Remember what the other one hooked up? You can hear it. You can hear the solenoid itself going whack, 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 whack. I bet you anything that thing was hanging up. I'm pretty confident of it. All right, let's put this all back together. Now, also, this thing is going to have induced code probably for the fact that I have everything hooked up without a mass air meter. Lock the line in place. If you remember before too, this line was never bolted down in the back. I bolted it down. Alright, let's tighten this up. You don't have to go bananas tightening stuff up. And once this goes in place, this could possibly stall the motor out. I don't know if you heard that, but all of a sudden the idle dipped down really low. That's because all of a sudden it started seeing mass air again. Alright, so all that stuff is hooked up. All of that's back together, so now we're going to go and we're going to road test this. Let me, I have an extension cable on my scanner that I need to take off. This extension cable was thanks to my brother Glenn Bob. So thank you, brother Glenn, brother Bob. I appreciate it. I use the thing quite often. So just still trying to make plans to come up and see it. Hopefully that'll happen soon. Yeah, so let me hook the scanner back up on a shortened version, and let me just go and clear everything out, and then let's road test this. I will say this truck runs great for 200,000 miles. I mean, it runs surprisingly well. All right, let's make it over to Mexico, and we're gonna go from there. So I'm over here in Mexico, and I'll just I stopped for a minute, but here I just want to show you the readiness monitor stuff that I was looking at before. And if you look, readiness completed is now 2, and the readiness not completed is 6. That's because it has readiness monitors that have to run. One being the evap. So it has to run. It may take a little bit for it to run, but I'm pretty confident, just judging by the difference in sound and everything else, I bet you anything that solenoid was hanging up when it heated up, just because it was so noisy. So I would have thought the new one, if it was just as noisy, then I would have think, maybe that's not the issue. But that other one, that was pretty darn noisy. So I'm just going to whip it around the parking lot here a couple times, and then cross back over into the States and get back to the shop, and then we'll wrap this up. We're back at the shop. Let me just go back in to OBD functions. Just curious if it ran any other monitors. I don't think it did. Yeah, it only ran 2. I wonder if it tells me. Let's see, readiness monitors. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. Because I had shut it off and restarted it once. Yeah, so evap monitor not ready, fuel system monitor not ready yet. So hasn't met its parameters yet. But like I said, it ran before, so not all that concerned. I just wanted to see if I could see something different, that's all. Read fault code, anything? No. Okay, so we're good. All right, so I'm gonna look back in the history, because I have a printout, or actually I have an email. I send myself an email every time. I'm curious if this code was there before, and maybe I just overlooked it. Let me do that real quick, and then we'll finish up this video. All right, so I found the old report, and there's nothing in it showing anything of any codes. And I think I mentioned that vehicle had no engine codes. It had none. I think I might have said it had none of any consequences, but it actually had none. Let me just show you. So here is the report. It's got ABS codes. Oh, this isn't a touchscreen. Hold on. It's got BCM codes. It's got parking module codes. And then if you look right there, PCM, the following systems are okay, meaning no codes, basically. So, all right, this is what it is. Like I said, confident that fixed it. So, all right, hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. Sorry, I got a message there. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.